Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Ooh-wee doggy. How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday, everybody. Way's having a bit of technical issues. Go figure.
All right, check. Do you hear me?
I hear you now.
All right, we're going to see how long this lasts.
Yeah, it was working good there until like 3 minutes before we went live. And then the little, electronic goblins had to show up. So, how's everybody doing?
I can't even share the links out. My phone's so jacked.
You're a prisoner. You're an electronic prison cell. You can only talk. Don't dare try to do anything else. Oh, man. Doing good there. Well, that's good. How am I? Oh, I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit, just like Debbie says. That's about it. I was, I wasn't. I had one of those wake up on the wrong side of the bed days the other day. Yeah, wasn't terrible. I just wanted to, kill everybody pretty much. Kill them all, let God sort them out.
Yeah.
One of those days. But I figured it out for the most part. Yesterday and today was a little bit better days for sure. Had to go grocery shopping yesterday. Poor Jamie got all my quick little videos in the grocery store acting like a complete buffoon.
I was going through my cabinets at the same time though. Which I was surprised about the shredded wheat, and I still think it's because it says it's a product made in Canada, and UK and Australia, they don't put all the corn stuff and the sugars in it that we do. So I'm thinking, well, maybe Canada is the same. And that's why the shredded wheat. So I'm going to look into that. I'm actually thinking maybe I might buy some food from different countries if I can. Like
Yeah.
the shredded, the instant or the oats, Quaker oatmeal, for example, in the can. You
Yeah.
get that here, it's loaded with all kinds of crap. Same exact container, factory, everything else except it's factory made out there instead of here. Um, theirs is clean, ours is loaded with crap. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, I wonder if we could like order some food from like another country, but don't know how expensive that gets and then how, worth it is too about what exactly is that GMO
Yeah.
modification that they're doing to the food.
Yeah, exactly. You
I
never
don't know if
know.
I just shared this on the right spots.
Zuriana said, is that who said it? Yeah. How was my Sunday? My Sunday was good and it was bad. Can that possibly be the same? Yeah, it was. I had a gig Saturday that went pretty good. I had a gig Sunday that went pretty good. Sunday, um, my band played a celebration of life of a friend of mine who passed away because of freaking cancer, and so it was a good time. A lot of people showed up. It was kind of a bummer, but we made it fun, and we got people dancing, and that was all good. And then people are up there talking about, my friend, his wife's up there and kids and his brothers, and they're saying things about him. And I'd been feeling weird all day, and then I realized, like, right in the middle of that gig, I was like, now I know why I feel weird, because today, the day that I played, was the day 2 years ago that my mom passed away. So I'm playing a memorial for a friend on the day that my mom passed away. So it all kind of caught up with me at once. And Monday was not a good day. That's the day I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And not to mention, like, every ache and pain that I had, like my hand, my knees, my neck, my freaking everything hurt. My hair hurt that day.
Your hair?
Yeah, like everything. Like, usually it's just like my elbow or my wrist or something will hurt here and there, my knee or something. But that Monday, it was like they all just decided to gang up and have a party with me. Like, everything hurt. I had a toothache, and like my neck, my
Oh, I
back.
remember that day. Yeah, I didn't know like you had all that other going on.
Yeah. I was like, son of a bitch. I should have just stayed in bed, took some drugs, slept. Waking
Yeah.
up and this is over. But Tuesday was a lot better. Yeah, that was the day too that I was driving by. I was venting to Jamie. Poor Jamie was hearing me bitching and whining the whole time. But yeah, I was driving by my storage unit. I was like, yeah, today's the day I'm going in there and getting rid of some shit. I've got somebody
That
else's
was
shit.
BS though.
I've had somebody else's shit in my storage shed for the last couple of years. And I've tried to get them to get it out, and they haven't got it out. So Rob got it out.
I would have been bitching and complaining myself if I was in that situation.
Yeah, I figured it up. Would have been paying for this damn storage unit. I could own a storage unit in my backyard, a shed in my backyard for what I've paid on this damn storage shed place that sucks. It's tiny.
Like a public storage, little 12 by 10 or
yeah
5 by
yeah you know, and the stuff that was in there, there's like rats and shit. There's rat shit everywhere. They've chewed on things. I might as well just keep it under a tree in the backyard, you know? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like I was telling you, mine's like a Cadillac of them. You could uh, drive 3 cars, and it's a train car
Yeah.
compartment. And I could drive my Durango all the way to the back, open the door, kick the bags of clothes out, just kept, dropping it off that way.
Yep.
But it's $210 a month, and it's like a lot of things I care about. I have like a whole, like apartment worth of stuff in there, brand new mattress and
Yeah.
bed for everything. Then you think about the value of it, and then spending $210 a month, you start thinking, okay, well, how many times over have I paid for this stuff that I'm holding on to? But a lot of it's also like my entire seashell collection. Like I have just bookshelves of shells. I used to be a nerd and put like the Latin names for, like a shit ton of cowrie shells and turban snails. I had all the names, um, like a museum. And all my, stuff growing up, like stuff that I guess I don't have a value on, but I don't want to just get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I just keep paying for it. I don't know
Yep.
what else to do. It started out as $150.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm paying $150 and yours is like way bigger than mine.
Oh, I have like rack setups on the side. I have like full on white. I've showed you
Yeah.
those big white Rubbermaid racks. I have everything all set up. I paint stuff. Like I was trying to live in there for a while. Like, I could run some electricity, and I
Yep.
thought, screw this, I can make this my own little place. And then they started putting like hours on because other people had the idea. But
So
I did consider it.
that's the other thing that pissed me off. The last 2 days, I've been going over to the storage unit trying to get that shit cleared out of there. There's a sign, says, let's see
Ugh.
here.
For the hours when you have to get your shit in and out.
Yeah, just the hours of business. I don't know if you can see that. No, it's all blurry. They're open till 5 o'clock. And yesterday, I went back to get a second load. It was a quarter to 5. Gates already shut. I'm like,
7 days a week.
they are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Saturday, 9 to 1. Sunday, they're closed altogether.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So today I go back for a second load, and I'm there. I'm looking at my clock, and I'm there at 4:30, and the freaking gate's shut. And I'm like, "You got to be shitting me," And I'm sitting right there looking at the sign. I'm like, "Oh hell no!" I look down, and the opposite end, there's a "Do not enter." There's like an exit gate. My ass went in the exit gate and in against all the "Do not enter" signs.
There
I'm
weren't
like,
no spikes. Just put some
"What's that?"
wood down. Put some wood over the nail
No,
spike.
there wasn't any of those. But yeah, man, it's like, come on.
If anything, they would be closed, like say on like a Monday. But a Sunday, especially hours like that, people are just getting off of work at 5. You're gonna close. Like people are never gonna get their shit.
They don't want you to. That's why I've been there so long. Because every time I think about moving out, I'm like, oh crap, they're closed. Oh, Sunday they're closed. Yeah. Anyways, Wolfie says, "Do I go to Walmart?" I occasionally go to Walmart. I don't like to go to Walmart, but sometimes I do. Walmart's not on my top list of places to go, but you do see some funny shit there.
I'm getting there, Azariana. Thank you. Slowly but surely.
Shredded wheat. Royal likes shredded wheat. I've never been a huge fan of shredded wheat.
Really? I love the hell out of it.
Do you?
Oh
I'll
my
eat
God, yeah. Chop it up with the milk. Oh my, yes, I do love it. It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be like the frosted. I mean, when I was little, I always thought like, yeah, I'm like a cow. I'm eating like straw. But I love the hell out of it. I can eat like 2 or 3 of those biscuit things in like one serving.
Hmm.
Chop it up in my bowl. God damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah. I don't have the same passion for it that you do.
Mhm.
It's like one of those foods that if I'm like really hungry and there's like nothing else to eat in the cupboard, I'm like, okay, I'll eat some of this shit. Damn it.
Do you oatmeal?
Yeah, I like oatmeal, but I only
Do
like
you like what?
I only like
Steel cut oats?
steel cut. Like yeah, the thick. I don't like soupy, gloppy,
Or
mushy
it's
oatmeal.
sticky and shit.
I like it kind of chunky and chewable. I
Me
don't like
too.
I don't like oatmeal pudding.
So you don't like meal, like cream of wheat or like malted meal, huh? Yeah.
No, no.
Malted
Again,
meal, I'll cook it till it has chunks because I like it when the malted meal kind of has a chunk to it.
yeah.
And you chew it a little bit. You put some brown sugar and salt.
Yeah. See, I mean, I can, like I say, if it's to the point of like, damn, there's nothing to eat in the house. Oh man, there's that. Okay, I can
What
eat it.
about like puffed rice? Like not Rice Krispies, but like remember them like little puffed rice
Yeah, a little disc.
cereals? Well, they're just like little rices that were puffed.
Hmm.
Kind of look like a
Don't
worm. See, that's
don't
why
think.
it's good that I like, weird food like that and cereals and wheat and just I'm not a meat person really. I like vegetables and fruit and what I
Yeah.
used to call clean food crackers. I considered that clean food. Bread I considered clean food. I'm
Not
changing
anymore.
my whole perspective on that.
Yeah,
Cheese
everything I
crackers,
picked up
apple
the other day,
slices.
going down the cracker aisle, like everything I picked up the other day.
Everything.
Engineered food product. Bioengineered this. If it wasn't bioengineered, then it had a whole list of things that were GMO listed food, genetically modified oats and corn and this and that. It's like, man, can't you just leave shit alone?
I was surprised the peanut butter didn't have any in it.
Yeah,
But I did get that at the dollar store. It's a big size, and who knows how long that was at the dollar store, before they
yeah,
perhaps started, doing all that.
yeah. Speaking of the train
You got
accident,
something on that?
I'm making train videos now. But I actually started them a while back. I just hadn't posted them yet. But
Did you see
the
my train
train.
EVP last night?
Say what?
The train EVP I sent to you guys last night that I heard
Oh
listening
yeah,
back when I was like, does that do my zapping video? I'm like, oh wait, that's that mimicking voice again.
yeah,
Give my mom the creeps.
yeah. Does anybody live near that train incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
So
goddaughter lives up in Kentucky, and she was like talking to me the other day, and she was like, just in case things get weird around here. She's not too far from the old Ohio.
okay, so then I sent you that thing. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. I saw it on TikTok right before I came on. And this guy says 5 killed in twin engine plane crash in Little Rock. The plane crashed after taking off from Little Rock Airport. Um, ABC News, I guess, had put it up. The twin engine Beech BE-20 crashed in a wooded area after taking off from Little Rock's Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport. It was en route to John Glenn Columbus International Airport in Ohio, the Federal Aviation Administrator said. Um, Those killed were headed to Bedford, Ohio to provide environmental support for this week's plant's explosion. So these people were like killed in this plane crash. And so I don't know if they're trying to like get at it being shady or not, but like comments are like they were JFK'd and so sad. And some people said there was horrible weather when it took off, but I didn't know if you heard anything about that yet. I didn't get a chance to even
I haven't
look
heard
any of that up.
Wolfie says, "Y'all like sauerkraut?"
Hell yeah.
I used to hate sauerkraut. I was
I
like,
like
"Oh,
cold
that shit is
sauerkraut.
disgusting." But then I ate some kimchi a while back, which is kind of a sauerkrauty kind of stuff, and I was like, "Did I used to hate this stuff? I kind of like it now."
I didn't
So
even know
yeah,
you were supposed to cook it.
yeah, I don't cook it. I just eat it right out of the thing.
Me
But
too. I like it chilled.
yeah, but yeah, I guess I do.
Okay, so what's up with the train?
What's up?
What were you gonna say about the train?
Oh, I just been making these train videos. Um, just like you make like videos on YouTube and damn it, what is this thing doing? So I've been like getting stopped by trains all the time, like every day, every night. So I just started filming them, kind of like this one. So I've just been filming all these trains. I've been doing this for the last like several weeks, like before the train wreck and all that started. I don't know. I have this weird fascination with trains. So I pull up, I get stopped, and then I'm like, okay, I just break out my phone and start recording. And no particular reason, just probably throw just a train video on YouTube, and it'll probably get more hits than any video I've ever made. I don't know, that or boiling water or something.
My dad used to drive trucks, and he used to always teach me what those warning signs and stuff meant on the trucks and the trains. Like, because he'd always say, like, so like what you're following behind. You know what type of chemicals and
Yeah.
things are in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a trip. Speaking of trains, I'll just go ahead and go into my first
Okay.
first little article. It was actually my last one, but since I got that picture up, I might as well. Holy shite! Where did my computer's freaking out?
See, solar
Speaking of
panels.
train, this is a come on, man, work. This is just I grabbed a still or whatever out of one of my train videos. Man, StreamYard is not cooperating tonight.
No.
Anyway, there it is. You notice anything weird about that picture? I'm sitting in the car, filming the train. This was just a still out of the video that I screenshot out of the video. It's nothing paranormal. It's nothing weird. You see the red light on the train, but you see all that purple light?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, does anybody have purple street lights where they live? Like,
No, but I have like Jeff's like headlights and shit are like purple blue like that.
yeah, well,
They changed them purple?
like you could see there all that purple light on the train, and we got a shitload of purple lights, and then I was like, they got to be
What?
ultraviolet or
Like
something?
UV shit. Wait, what?
So I'm like, what is up with all these purple lights? So then I start looking it up. Purple street lights are popping up
I
across
just
South Florida.
read something about purple lights.
I just found this like earlier tonight. I was like, what the hell's up with these damn purple lights? I'm thinking maybe it keeps the bugs away. Maybe. Well, here's the excuse or the story behind it. I don't know. Residents in some South Florida neighborhoods have noticed their local streetlights are turning purple. The Florida Department of Transportation is replacing more than 200 of the lights in the Miami-Dade and Broward counties, and FBL is also replacing the bad bulbs. As it turned out, while some people can't wait for the fix to be made, others have grown quite fond of the purple lights. For photographer Selena Roman, the purple streetlights that are, according to FBL, the result of a manufacturer's defect, have also inspired a new body of work and even a solo exhibition at Tempest Projects. These lights really transform their environments, and a lot of times they are places that would otherwise you wouldn't think twice about looking at or lingering a little. And now you want to linger a little longer, Roman said. Someone had stacked a bunch of mattresses up for the trash, and there was a purple light nearby. And all of a sudden, all these discarded mattresses just looked really magical. I used to be a newspaper reporter. What is up? I used to be a newspaper reporter. So when this happened, I started asking all these questions. So that background serves me well. As it turns out, the issue impacting more than just South Florida is a nationwide problem. There are some neighborhoods that have dozens of them. Other neighborhoods might only have one or two. Roman, who also teaches photography and imaging at Ringling College of Art and Design in Sarasota, has started the hashtag Other People's Purple to start collecting and sharing images people across the country have been snapping as these lights go purple in their neighborhood. Here in Florida, Tampa Electric told Local 10 news crews that they're working to replace the purple streetlights, as it is Duke Energy in their coverage areas of Florida, Eastern, North Carolina, and the Midwest. Some people don't like them. They cite that they're hard to see bicyclists at night, while others desire a color for some, while not a desired color for some who prefer traditional white lights. FDOT says the purple lights provide the same intended safety benefits. Both FPL and FDOT are working to replace the purple lights. In fact, FDOT said it plans to replace more than 200 of the defective lights across Miami-Dade and Broward. FPL adds that since they're under warranty, the manufacturer, Acuity, will pay for the replacement costs.
So I was just looking this up right fast. It's like what does purple light do? Purple light can help you, just in general, because you wonder like if there's other reasons people do shit. Purple light can help you fall asleep. Also helps reduce emotional, mental stress, nervous system, eyes linked with the secondary color. Contrary to red light, purple light decreases sexual desires. What's purple LED light good for? It's good for like cellular and oxygenation. Too much is purple light good for your eyes? Because this is something I was reading. Too much violet light can sunburn your eyes and your skin and cause cancers. The eyes are made to withstand the majority of UV light rays, but are not equipped to withstand blue light rays. And that's something I've been reading a lot lately of with these purple and UV lights. Like when you go to the manicurist, you put your hand in there to dry with that blue light. That's actually causing skin cancer rapidly. When they're telling you to put like that UV on your face and shit, it's supposed to like get rid of like blackheads, all that. That causes like skin cancer. So like all of us growing up, like I'm sitting in purple light right now. I just haven't been shining like UV right in my face. But I've been reading a lot about the effects of UV light on people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like here for the last several months, they've been replacing streetlights, and, we're coming home. I go to pick Darcy up, 10:30, 11 at night from work. And I'm like, why are all the freaking lights purple, And
now,
I'm thinking,
hide crime underneath this more. If you've got AR light or like your cameras, your doorbell cameras, is this going to pick up crime easier or harder?
I have no idea.
Light has a lot to do with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in accidents like this.
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of odd that they say, oh, it's a manufactured defect. They keep installing the shit out of them everywhere. It seems like if they knew the lights were bad, why would they
First
install them?
time.
It's like, oh, it's another purple one screwed in. Up, it's another purple one. Oh, here's another one, and just keep doing it. Get the same
I was
result.
looking about
I mean, I don't really mind the purple streetlights. I was just wondering why, and then I got then conspiracy brain started. I'm like, are they emitting some kind of like weird thing to like brainwash you or something?
Does this work with 5G somehow? Like
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
there's 1,000 ways that this is making me not feel right because this is not normal. I don't see this as any sort of a safety enhancement for anybody. I see it doing the opposite. I see that you guys again are being the first to have this done.
yeah,
Yeah, it is pretty. We all love this mystical shit, but come on.
yeah. I mean, it does make things look kind of cool. Like I that train picture. I'm like, the train's like covered in purple light.
I'm not
Purple and
reading but
red.
as I
Just
was looking, a runaway black hole. Look at the way the runaway black hole looks sticking out of it.
weird.
Out of the sun. Looks like a straw.
Yeah.
We're going to do that next week. Okay, I'm going to do this one from last week. Can't believe how fast time's already going. This one is scientists plot the resurrection of a bird that's been extinct since the 17th century. I think it might be a dodo. It is. No other animal is extraordinarily linked with extinction as the dodo, an odd-looking flightless bird that lived on the island in the Indian Ocean until the late 17th century. And of course, see, I got the stuffy too late. The arrival of sailors brought with them invasive species like rats and practices like hunting. They doomed the dodo, which showed no fear of humans, to extinction in the space of just a few decades. Now, a team of scientists wants to bring back the dodo in a bold initiative that will incorporate advances in ancient DNA sequencing, gene editing technology, and synthetic biology. They hope the project will open up new techniques for bird conservation. We're clearly in the middle of an extinction crisis, and it's our responsibility to bring stories and to bring excitement to people in a way that motivates them to think about the extinction crisis that's going on right now. So I guess bring back the extinct, right? Um, Shapiro is the lead paleogenicist at this biotech company. She's already completed a key first step in the project, fully sequencing the dodo's genome from ancient DNA. The next step was to compare the genetic information with its closest relative, a pigeon. And so they've got different steps they take, allows them to narrow down which mutations of the genome make a dodo, challenges to resurrecting it, talking about programming cells and everything. So they go on to talk about, you know, that it does work in chickens, stuff like that. They're hoping that they're going to be able to bring back this dodo bird. And then it brings up that moral question again that just because we can, should we? And yeah, it's fucked up that they went extinct in the first place. That was our bad. We're trying to make up for it by bringing it back. Now that the cycle has evolved since they've been gone, bringing it back in, what's that going to do to the cycle?
Yeah.
Just because we can, should we do it?
I don't know. I don't know what to vote on that one. I don't know. Part of me says yeah. Part of me says hell no. Because you do that. Where's it going to stop? Next thing you know, we're going to have dinosaurs running around eating people. Maybe that'd be a good thing. I don't know.
I say nay.
Yeah, probably so.
Right. Even though it would be cool, I would somehow still feel sorry for it.
Yeah.
God, I thought I'd be able to start reading before the stuffy came on.
Yeah, really. It's the weird Wednesday night stuffiness.
That's why I'm like jumping into it.
This isn't paranormal. This isn't anything. This is just weird Florida people doing weird Florida people shit like they're famous for. A woman in motorized scooter spotted along I-4 in downtown Orlando. Now, if anybody remembers I-4, that's an extremely busy road, and that's where the dead zone's located, is on I-4. This is downtown Colonial Drive, downtown, or like Orlando, like right in the most congested area of I-4. Here's a lady in an electric scooter. I don't even know how the hell she got on I-4 in a scooter, but let's see what the article says. This is typical Florida woman, not Florida man this time. A woman on a motorized scooter was spotted Sunday along a portion of busy Interstate I-4 downtown Orlando, according to the police department. And in the picture there, you can see the police are following her with the lights on, real slow, because electric scooters aren't really a fast vehicle. She must have a good battery in it, though. Police said an elderly woman was on a motorized scooter. Yeah, she was on a motorized scooter, and thankfully, she was not hurt, but the situation could have been much worse. She was spotted on I-4 West between Colonial Drive and State Road 408 exits. Orlando police said no arrests were made and no injuries were reported. They said they responded after someone called about suspicious activity. There's an old lady on I-4. News 6 got a copy of the initial incident report, which shows the police department received at least 9 calls from people reporting the woman on I-4 between 4:44 and 5:01 p.m. Sunday. Several questions remain, however. Who is she? Why was she on I-4 in a motorized wheelchair? Police said the incident report, once complete, may shed more light. Well, I hope so. It's not like she's a freaking invisible woman. They ought to be able to tell who she is. We also want to know where she was heading and how she got onto I-4. Jessica Lopez said she was working as a bartender at a Solar Bears game Sunday evening at the Amway Center when she looked out and saw the woman on I-4 in what looked like a motorized cart. She took the cell phone video that showed the woman and at least 2 Orlando police cars behind her in her motorized wheelchair. All of these people were huddling on the balcony, and they're like, "You got to come over here. You got to come over here. You got to see this." Are you kidding me? Lopez told News 6 that she recorded cell phone video because she's never seen anything like it on I-4. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff on I-4, but never seen an old lady in an electric wheelchair. I was like, thank God the police are behind her and she's not in harm. I'd never seen anything like it in Florida, especially on I-4. Vance Beasley works in downtown Orlando and reacted to the video of the woman on I-4. It's not safe, first off. No shit, Sherlock. I'd hate to have, like, my grandma out there on her electric wheelchair. Thankfully, she has a car, but I wouldn't want her to be on the side of the highway. Orlando police are still waiting on investigators to finalize the report so they can get more information. They're urging people, as always, if you see anything suspicious, contact the police right away.
Well.
Crazy Florida woman. I've seen there's a couple of old people around here that drive these little scooters, and I see them crossing like US 1 at rush hour traffic, and it's just like, man, these people are going to get splattered, but somehow it's like Frogger. They keep making their way through it. Cars are going, 45, 50 miles an hour, and here they are, like, crossing the intersection.
Jeff's got a couple of them scooters. I'm telling you, the dual engine one is scary as hell, especially at night.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Like the back tire's just fine. You put that dual engine on the front, that thing takes off like oh my God, it's like you talk about a crotch rocket, right? That is a crotch rocket. Scary as hell. Can't see where you're going. So I can see those things going pretty fast. And we were clocking ourselves like, well, on the bikes, they're like, 34, 30, something like that. The scooters, I swear one of them clocked at like 45 or something like that.
Oh, crap.
So this is what I was gonna do what I was gonna do last week. The future of space travel might rely on mushrooms, and we've been talking so much about different mushroom type stuff.
Shrooms.
Shrooms. Growing structures made of mushrooms on the moon might seem like something straight out of a Ray Bradbury story, but it turns out to be more practical and is happening more promptly than you might think. Just 2 years from now, a project is slated to head moonward to test whether the use of mushrooms and other fungal substances for architectural purposes could play a pivotal role in helping humanity construct the first off-planet habitats on the moon and beyond. Let me start that over. Could play a pivotal role in helping humanity construct the first off-planet habitats on the moon and beyond. The brainchild of architect Chris and his team at Red House, working in collaboration with NASA and the MIT Center for Bits and Atoms, this potentially game-changing building technique is surprisingly straightforward. Recently, I spoke with Maurer via Zoom as he walked me through the process. A recipe for mushroom building blocks from the Red House lab in Cleveland. Maurer began by showing me a metal tube from which he extracted a chain of vibrantly green algae bundles. Gave them the name of it, and they are destined to become mushroom food. Once added into inflatable mold with water, that food grow into their intended form before scientists add mycelium and the threadly root-like structure from which mushrooms grow. The mycelium eats the food, filling up the mold as it develops and expands to its desired structural shape. At this point, pressurized air is used to compact the shaped mycelium into a dense, semi-rigid material. It is then cooked to both solidify the fungal building block and kill off any living organisms that could otherwise contaminate extraterrestrial environments. The resulting micromaterial has a foamy texture, something like stucco. And there's like a picture of it that I didn't include in there. That's kind of what the stuff would come out looking like.
Weird.
Building moon bases with mushrooms. The concept of building structures with compressed fungus has progressed. I was wondering what they were doing with all the mushrooms in space years back. I didn't even think about that. Why they wanted mushrooms to be the first thing they wanted to know if they could grow. Remember that?
Yeah.
If mushrooms could grow in space. The concept of building structures with compressed fungus has progressed well beyond the theatrical stage. The team is already using a similar process to grow and build with micromaterials here on Earth. They've also already created test models for off-planet versions in the lab. Um, they showcased a roughly 12-foot wide, pale sulfur-colored drone grown with the micro composite. He then brought the camera to a desk littered with smaller models of inflatable molds similar to those that are planned to be sent to the moon for testing. He then next lifted what appeared to be a tiny inflatable mattress, something that you might take on a camping trip. He then used a small rubber bulb to pump it into an approximately 1 foot square domed tent with a surface resembling a patchwork quilt made of plastic. So you see what they're doing with this mushroom. They're using the mushroom composites in order to basically do these like air fillable like air toys and stuff
Hmm.
in different shapes and things. A surface resembling patchwork quilt plastic. Such quilted segments would be filled with that food and mycelium before being compressed and cooked into building blocks. And thanks to their plastic mold exteriors, these blocks would allow for the construction of airtight structures. So they're saying it's really strong. The benefit of building with the mushrooms, it's yet to be tested in space. Transporting materials would be an obstacle. A big price tag to send it out there, even to test. They're pretty proud of it. Uh, the micro models are tentatively slated to reach the moon in 2025, as per NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services schedule. Everything's going on around 2024, 2025. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. They're going to be building moon domes, moon tents out of mushrooms, mushroom
Moon
tents on the moon.
Moon shroom donuts.
Doing shrooms in the shroom on the moon, waving at the earth as earth rises. Wow, that would be a fun head trip.
Yeah, that's weird. Who knows what, shit, are we even going to make it to 2025?
You know, probably 2024, 2025 at the most. But
Yeah.
it's still good to think about. You never know. Let's give it the old call to try. It's nice to be positive.
Yeah. With all the UFOs, with all the balloons, with all the bullshit going on, the bullshittery going on, I saw this article and I was like, really? I don't know. See what you guys think first. I'll read it and see it. And exactly. Zeriana, smoke them if you got them. So, authorities investigated mystery sphere on a Japanese beach.
Oh.
It's a mystery sphere. Article number 2: a mysterious metal sphere has been the focus of much speculation since it appeared on a beach in Hamamatsu. Okay. Authorities in Japan have been left scratching their heads over the mystery of a peculiar metallic sphere that was spotted this week on Inshu Beach on the country's Pacific coast. When it was first reported, concerns were raised that it could be some sort of bomb, promoting police to call on explosive experts to investigate it for signs that it could be a threat. Fortunately, X-ray scans of the object revealed that it was hollow, but the mystery surrounding exactly what it is and where it came from remains ongoing. Measuring around 1.5 meters in diameter, the rusted orangey brown sphere appears to be made of metal and has 2 handles on the top, suggesting that it may have been hooked onto something. Images have since been sent to the Coast Guard and to the Japanese self-defense forces in an effort to identify what it could be. What could it possibly be? According to one man, the sphere actually had been there for at least a month, and he was surprised that it suddenly became the center of attention. So, my first thought was, you see the guys here in their like explosive, outfits with their helmets, the bomb squad. I mean, to me, yeah, metal balloon, exactly. To me, I live here in Florida. I've seen all kinds of these things, especially after a storm, and they're like called channel markers or buoys. And I can't believe even in the article they didn't mention that. I mean, it came floating in off the ocean. Apparently, it's got barnacles and shit on it. It's been in the water. That's it exactly, Royal. 99 red left balloons.
Heck
That
yeah.
I'm going with it's a channel marker or a buoy. Come on. Are people getting dumber?
It's
Or
got
is
to
it
be
just
some that came out of the ocean. Yeah, it's got to be some sort of and they said it's metal.
yeah.
So yeah, it's some sort of a boat. It's for the ocean. It's a marker or a buoy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no.
If it was stone, I would wonder how close to like say Costa Rica, um, that spot is from that spot. Because of the, could have floated during this and that. But metal,
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta say it's definitely from the ocean.
I mean, I may be wrong. If it starts levitating and it shoots off into space, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong.
Oh
But other
yeah.
than that, I'm going to say it's either a channel marker or a buoy or 99 red balloons. This is number 99 right here. So yeah, exactly. Poke it with a stick and see what happens. Bang on it with a hammer.
Poke it with a stick like this.
Famous last words. Y'all hold my beer. Watch this. Yep. I don't know. I'm gonna go with it's a freaking buoy channel marker, something like that. I'm like, did that really make an article? And did I really just read that article to
Hey,
everybody?
because hey, it could come out later that it hatched and out came a marching team of little men with cap heads
That's true.
and marching equipment,
Yeah, you heard it here first on Weird Wednesday.
singing 99 balloons.
99 balloons. Left balloons. I just heard that song again the other day.
I did
What was
too. That's why it was so funny. Like somebody actually posted a funny meme about it
Yeah.
during the time of the balloons.
What was the girl's name that sang that? Was it Susan Vega or something? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a question somebody would have to look up. The version I heard by Goldfinger, kind of the punk rock ska version, which is.
Oh, I used to love Goldfinger. I watched him play in Fresno. So NASA confirms the boom that was heard.
Big bada boom.
Waiting for this to open. There's two videos we're going to show. One is, the NASA one, once this article opens. The next one, there was a meteor that streaked through the skies over England on February 13th. And that is Brighton and Hove, United Kingdom. So I was just going to play the second video with it. The first one is just going to show a boom, birds flying and getting all freaked out on security cameras. I'm still trying to get the article to open. So let's see if I can look it up another way. NASA confirms boom was meteoroid.
a pretty good sized chunk of meteor if that's what that is right there.
NASA confirms boom, large piece of meteoroid. I didn't say.
I was on my way to play disc golf last Saturday morning, and I had my piece of moldavite on my necklace, and I'm like, got it in my hand, and it's weird stuff. You can kind of feel it heat up, or maybe it's just my imagination. But anyways, I'm like, come on, moldavite gods, give me a little extra. This rock has traveled through space at how many thousands of millions of miles an hour? Give me a little extra in my throwing arm today. Yeah, that shit didn't work at all.
Aw.
It didn't work at all.
The article is working.
Cool.
So NASA confirms the boom that created panic in the valley was a meteoroid. It was about 2 feet in diameter and weighing about 1,000 pounds. What was the one that was talking about it being like the size of 7 baby elephants? That's why I was getting confused with all these meteors and shit. Like one said it was like 7 baby elephants. It indicates meteorites didn't reach the ground from this event. They were inundated with calls describing a large boom, and homes were shaking. And so, this is the video. Oh, okay, this is the one in United Kingdom earlier in February. And then the other video will be the one that was heard in Texas. And there were like, I was hearing like 1,000 pounds. I was hearing that there were multiple different meteors that were found around Texas, not just one. And now I can't find those articles I had. And something about 7 baby, 4 baby elephants.
Oh. Wow.
Like the hell? So there is definitely a lot. And going back to, some of Nostradamus is like the way people have interpreted over time. One of them that I always held close to because it resembled a mural that was at a not a train station. I believe it was an underground subway station. And ever since they showed it on Doomsday Preppers, that exact mural has not been shown. They showed the Denver, airport one. That's not the mural.
Yeah.
But the mural that I attribute it to goes along with like the dreams I had been having for a very, very long time. That's why it freaked me out so much when I saw the mural. And goes along with Nostradamus talking about, like how there's going to be like fire falling from the skies, like the meteors, and all this shit falling from the skies as we're having like, the civil unrest and the political breakdowns and the dark energy at force and all this different things. So here we are with
weird.
meteors.
I know that picture you're talking about, that mural, the original
with the deer, like the deer, how it looked almost like New York, right?
Yeah.
And had the twin towers with smoke, and it looked like the ocean coming in, like there was going to be a flood going in. The twin towers were on fire, but then jumping out of the picture was like a rabbit and a deer, scared to death with like fire on the tails. Everything was like, oh shit, and everything was underwater on fire. And I swear 9/11 was in that photo.
Yep.
Cannot find it anywhere.
Yep. They replaced it with a different one.
Well, that's what Jeff says, because he goes, what do you think? Because I'm like, I can't find it. He goes, they probably covered it. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, okay, well, if they had something up that was supposed to mean something and then a show goes and calls it out. Don't you think they might cover it up now? Or, I'm like, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they
But
covered
God,
it or
that's,
just took it down or but it's gone, and you can't.
yeah.
Me and you have looked for it a lot on the internet and can't find it. You find the
And
one
the
that's
only thing
similar
that
to
comes
it.
up is the Denver train station or airport, and
Yep,
it has nothing. It looks nothing like what we're talking about. This
yep,
was one long ass thing, not chopped up different pictures. It was a long hallway fucking mural. Like, why the fuck would somebody put that there?
yep. Yeah, weird.
So if anybody has a photo of it, please send it
Yeah,
our way. I would just be
internet
so happy to see it again.
searchers.
Did you hear that plane?
That wasn't coming from you.
The plane just like put on its brakes like right over the house.
Ah,
I like the landing gear. There's been a lot of really weird plane activity out here, and I've been seeing these planes that have these weird extra lights that go around it. I mean, not saying they're definitely planes. Um, and yesterday I seen one that was the low one. Was like, what was up with that? I'm like, I don't know, but it looked like it had a fucking hot water, like like a hot water machine. What do you call it? Hot water tank strapped to
yeah,
the side of it with like duct tape. I'm like, it was weird. It had this big cylindrical thing like off. It wasn't even like it didn't make sense to me, and I wasn't able to get it on film. But we've had a lot of weird stuff coming into this airport here, and we are right by the lab and everything.
yeah. I was doing.
Yeah, that's not the Denver airport one. They do have some apocalyptic murals at the Denver airport, but that is not the one that was on Doomsday Preppers, and that is not the one because I believe this was actually a subway or a train station, and it was underground. And I've studied all the art that they have at that Denver airport.
Yeah, I was just doing a quick look for it again. I still can't find it.
You even like say like like with the buildings and the floods and the deer, all the shit, it does not fucking come up. You type in the word Doomsday Preppers, like the episode and shit. I couldn't even find the motherfucking episode. But if anybody does find it,
Yeah.
you get a cookie.
So this next one: should the objects shot down over the U.S. be defined as UFOs? Should they? Should
Well,
they?
do they know what they are?
No. How can they not know what they are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they canceled looking for the remains of them again. I don't know. Move along. Nothing to see here, mere mortals. Policy expert Wendy Whitman Cobb says, take a look at the modern UFO phenomenon. What do we mean by UFO? Now it's back to UFO, which it should have never changed from. On the heels of the February 4th, 2023 shooting down of a Chinese balloon. And that's the other thing. This is just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Remember when everybody was calling it the Chinese virus, and that was like, oh, that's
politically correct.
Politically correct. You can't say Chinese virus, but you can damn sure say Chinese balloon. Okay.
Yeah.
Suspected of spying on the U.S., American fighter jets have shot it down. 3 additional objects in or near the U.S. airspace. When the media asked Galen Van Herk, the Air Force general responsible for overseeing North American airspace, about these events, he refused to rule out extraterrestrial forces at play. Other military officials later clarified that otherworldly origins aren't a serious consideration. but the comment highlighted in the U.S. government's lack of knowledge about these objects is clear. A space policy expert, as a space policy expert, I'm often confronted with questions about UFOs and little green people. However, these recent episodes have shown a UFO is far more likely to be human-made rather than originating from some faraway place in the universe. What does UFO mean? Unidentified flying object, or UFO for short, is the term that has historically been used to describe aircraft that aren't easily identified or explained. The modern UFO craze in the U.S. dates back to the 40s and the early 50s, coinciding with the development of new technology like rockets and missiles, and the incident that we all know that happened back in the early 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, the U.S. government used move along, nothing to see. It was a weather balloon. Stopped acting crazy. Today, the U.S. government uses the phrase unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, or WAPs, in some songs. The change is partially to try to disassociate the term from science fiction aliens. The term also encourages greater scientific study and reflects the fact that many of these objects and up to being strange atmosphere phenomenon are tricks of the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes on and blabbers some more blah 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 stuff. But yeah, they're they shot him down. They found the one off of Alaska. They've had it now for several weeks. They still don't know what it is. Seriously, figure that shit out. Call some kindergartners in there. They'll tell you what it is. I mean, really?
The funny thing is they go and shoot down the one people's like project or whatever the hell that was because they get so gung-ho like, oh, we're getting shit because we didn't shoot down the one fast enough, so anything we see flying, a hot air balloon, whatever the fuck, we're just going to shoot it down.
Yeah, mistakenly shot the Goodyear blimp down today.
First thing they teach you in gun safety in any fucking state you are is know your object. Like, you know the object you are about to shoot at, and you do not aim at an object unless you intend to shoot and kill it. But you have to identify the object before you shoot the object.
Yep. Unless you're shooting $750,000 missiles at it. And then it's just so willy-nilly, let's just blow that shit out of the sky and ask questions later.
When they shoot with like a fucking $450,000 or what was it, a zigzag fucking...
Yeah.
Took down a $75 toy.
Is the U.S. in decline? I dare to ask the question. Why do the other countries laugh at us?
Because they can. So I've got coming up next, Air Force vets test. Oh, this is one that my high school friend Walter Panzier sent to me. Air Force vets testified to witnessing UFOs turn off nuclear warheads. Something, we've heard a few different things, kind of around this subject topic. 2 Air Force veterans, and when was this done? This was February 21st. 2 Air Force veterans told Daily Mail that they have testified to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, this month about their experiences of UFOs interfering with U.S. nuclear missiles. One email shows AARO staff contacted former U.S. Air Force ICBM launch officer Robert Salas to gather information about his chilling encounter with an orange flying disc that inexplicably turned off 10 warheads at Maelstrom Air Force Base, Montana in 1967. So he saw an orange flying disc turn off 10 warheads in 1967. And another former officer, Dr. Robert Jacobs, has briefed AARO on a 35 millimeter film he shot for the Air Force in '64 that allegedly caught a flying saucer shooting a test missile out of the sky. The accounts offer a rare glimpse into the often classified work of the government unit tasked with probing unidentified phenomena in the air, sea, and space. Oh, lost my article. Shows these guys' faces. AARO director Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick is also interviewing 9 other witnesses of similar cases, according to author Robert Hastings, who has previously spoken to 167 veterans regarding more than 100 UFO incursions at nuclear weapon sites during the Cold War era and beyond. Hastings wrote a book on the incidents called UFOs and Nukes: Extraordinary Encounters at Nuclear Weapons Sites. In a blog post on Sunday, he revealed that he had been asked by Kirkpatrick to connect him with Salas Jacobs and other witnesses after an unnamed Senate staffer read the book and recommended it to the director for investigation, the AARO director. Salas, 82, told Daily Mail he was impressed by the outreach after decades of having his account either ignored or denied by the government. I've been wanting to tell a government agency my story for over 50 years, Salas told Daily Mail. It was a great big relief. They were very they listened intently. I gave them a complete report of the Maelstrom incidents. I'm more confident now than I was going into that. I'm more confident now than I was going into that. They're trying to make a sincere effort. One AARO staffer wrote to Salas on Friday, thanking him for giving evidence to the UFO office in an email obtained by Daily Mail. I want to pass along a big thank you from the AARO team. The email said, your dedication to this issue and the resources, time, energy you invested in researching and documenting your experience and associated events are greatly appreciated. Glad we're finally able to document this accounting and evidence into the intelligence record, and will include this information in our investigation as an authorized disclosure, IAW, in accordance with the FY23 NDAA National Defense Authorization Act. I'm hopeful the collective contributions of patriots like you and the current level of government interests and investment will provide answers to the questions the citizens of our country have demanded for such a long time. Salas gave an interview to Daily Mail last year about his fury that Pentagon chiefs seemed unaware of the disturbing and unexplained shutdown of U.S. nukes at the Maelstrom base when questioned about it in the public congressional UFO hearing in May. Since then, the 2023 NDAA, the Annual Defense Spending Bill, has been signed into law with an amendment requiring AARO to review government files on all UFO incidents going back to 1945, explaining Kilpatrick's interest in the 1967 Maelstrom case. And then they had a picture down there of the letter. God damn it. Yeah, that little picture down there and everything. And they go on to talk about the interviews and everything. If you're interested in the rest of this, because it's a very long email, I did post it to my page. It's Daily Mail, 2 Air Force vets testified, the Pentagon UFO, regarding the turning off the warheads. But there's a lot to it. It's pretty interesting.
So if this did in fact happen, and they saw it. They saw something shoot one of our missiles out of the air, and they have something that turns off 10 nuclear warheads. I mean, that's something that doesn't just go unnoticed. Somebody
Right?
somebody had to turn them back on, whatever. I mean, somebody had to go, oh shit, they just turned 10 warheads off. It's not something, it's not something that would just like, oh, I missed it. Sorry. I was playing checkers. I didn't notice,
Wouldn't hell of alarms and all sorts of like shit start, like lights flick, rant, go to your sector and all this like crap happening? Like
something would happen. It would bring attention to somebody. So it either happened or it didn't happen. And if it happened, well, then they know there's something out there.
Yeah.
That we don't know, that's could be extraterrestrial because it wasn't us that did it.
And they're trying to like pass it off like, oh, thank you for bringing it to our attention, just because they're like, oh shit, they're talking about it now. We're going to act like, blah, blah, blah.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
The government's so full of shit, it's ridiculous.
Can't trust shit. You cannot trust shit. I trust the men that are about to die in their bed and they're like, yo, before I die tomorrow, I've been waiting my whole life to tell you guys this, because they're not going to get nothing out of it. This is all a joke. Tell the truth. Those people I really, really listen to because they have nothing to gain.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know.
Any government telling me, trust me?
Yeah. It's an immediate red flag. So speaking of, weird space shit, hair clippings from 4 U.S. presidents are to be sent into space, just in case you're wondering. Next.
What?
Yeah. At least they're not sending poop. But they could be. I don't know. An upcoming space mission will be carrying some rather unusual cargo when it launches in the near future. The Enterprise flight. Enterprise. This is Captain Kirk. The latest in a series of memorial missions by U.S.-based company Celestis, which enables the cremated remains of deceased individuals to be launched into the final frontier. The firm's latest mission will be carrying the remains of quite a few famous people, including Gene and Margelle Barrett Roddenberry of Star Trek fame, after whom the flight itself has been named. The rocket will also be carrying hair clippings from 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Ronald Reagan. The Celestis Enterprise flight will launch from planet Earth. Wow, really? It's going to launch from Earth? Holy shit. That's amazing. And travel beyond the Earth-Moon system, beyond the James Webb Telescope, and into interplanetary deep space, where it will join other planets, moons, comets, and asteroids in our solar system on a never-ending journey through the cosmos. The firm's website states, God, this article is hard to read. Upon completion of its powered burn and coast phase, the Enterprise flight will become Enterprise Station, the most distant permanent human repository outpost and pathfinder for the continuing human exploration of space. Celestis has been previously launched the remains of several well-known individuals into deep space, including astronaut Gordon Cooper, Star Trek icon James Doohan, and astronomer makes it sound dirty when you say it like that, astronomer Eugene Merle Shoemaker. Was he an astronomer or shoemaker? If all goes to plan, the latest flight should be launching within the next 2 months. So Reagan's hair is going up, along with George Washington's, Dwight Eisenhower's, and who was the other guy? John F. Kennedy. May have a little. I won't even go there. Never mind. Anyway, launching president's hair into space, along with some other people. I mean, I don't know. Would you want to be when you die? Would you want to be shot into space?
I think I'm going to be shot into space when I die.
Yeah. Like out of a cannon.
No, into a nuclear. All my little tiny molecules that make me up are going to go back to the stars.
No.
All the things that were made of dust and stardust and calcium and nitrogen, everything that space is, we are, and we're going to blow up and we come back.
That could be what happens.
That's crazy.
But
What do I got?
is it going to be pubic hair? Wolfie says could be.
Could be. You never know where they gotta get it from.
Yeah.
So we have, and I wasn't getting into the whole TikTok rumor thing about the Chinese China land, the dinosaur land. But there was a fossil, a pretty significant fossil found out there that I was looking at, but not doing that this week. This week we're going for a record-breaking dinosaur footprint appears on the Yorkshire coast. So that's pretty cool. A giant carnivorous dinosaur likely rested or crouched down in Yorkshire 166 million years ago, deeply pressing its feet into the ground. The colossal creature left behind a record-breaking footprint recently discovered along the United Kingdom's dinosaur coast. The Jurassic footprint, measuring nearly a meter, which is 3.3 feet long, is the largest of its kind found in the country of Yorkshire. Thousands of dinosaur footprints and many fossils have been recovered over the years along the Yorkshire coast, but this discovery was made in April 21 by local archaeologists as she walked along the coast. So she was all like juiced looking at it, went to have it validated. The three-toed footprint is one of only 6 to be found in the area. The first was 1934. This important discovery adds further evidence that meat-eating giants once roamed this area during the Jurassic. This type footprint, combined with its age, suggests it was made by a ferocious megalosaurus-like dinosaur with possible hip height between 2.5 and 3 meters, which is 8.2 and 9.8 feet. Megalosaurus was the world's first official dinosaur named in 1824 for bones discovered in the country of Oxfordshire in England. So they go on to talk about the footmark. They wanted to make sure it was safe for science. They did all their analyzing of it and everything, and what they think the type of dinosaur was. And again, if you are curious about this article, you can look up record-breaking dinosaur footprint appears on the Yorkshire coast, and there are lots of pictures of it out there, and they go into a lot of detail about it. Pretty cool. Always finding new stuff. Every day we're finding new things.
Yep. Yep. We are. Lori's talking about a 1,200-year-old wand they found in the UK.
A wand? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Something tells me it's not a Harry Potter type.
Oh, dear.
So there's this one. I'll try to get through this one really quick. I've been kind of following this story a wee bit. I've been following it a wee bit. And I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. And there we go. Secret FBI's on Civil War era gold have been released under court order. Have they? Have they? I don't
Oh, I
think they.
wanted to read that one. I'm so glad you did that one. I was going to do it next week.
Yeah, this guy, a trove of documents, photographs, and records pertaining to the FBI's search for a lost gold hoard has been published. According to local lore, a shipment of Union gold that was on its way to the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia disappeared without a trace in 1863. Kind of like that money that disappeared at the Pentagon right before it got hit by a plane, a bomb, a missile, Superman led cannonball, leading to a treasure hunt that remains ongoing 150 years later. Dennis Parada, who has been investigating the mystery for years, is one of a growing number of people who believe that the FBI, who previously excavated a site in Dents Run, Pennsylvania, actually found the gold and then covered up the fact that they had it and recovered it. According to the Bureau, the site had been we had nothing to do with it. The site had been evacuated after testing indicated that the gold could have been buried there. It continues to maintain, however, that the search had come up empty. Yeah, we don't have it. It's gone, but we don't have it. We tore the place apart, but we don't have it. Parada and his advisors, meanwhile, believe that the FBI, I don't believe jack shit the FBI says anymore. Sorry. They're probably going to come knock on my door now. They believe the FBI has been distorting evidence, withholding records, and concealing key information in order to keep the treasure's discovery a secret. Why not? It's worth a fortune. The case has certainly been gaining traction, with federal judges having already ordered the FBI to turn over multiple documents pertaining to the dig, and there's a possibility that it will also be ordered to hand over additional files, including its operational plan for excavating the site. There's even a chance that efforts are to locate the gold at Dents Run could be resumed. Whether or not the gold or ever was at the site, however, continues to be a mystery. Jeez, I can't read, I can't talk. But yeah, I think it was there. And I think somebody got it. Not saying it was probably the FBI, but it was probably the FBI. Do you guys trust the FBI? Don't leave me hanging. I can knock at your door too.
No, that's why I've got special things, handcuff keys that don't pick up on metal detectors and such, sewed into certain parts of clothes I wear the most, cuffs on my pants, cuffs on my shirts, depending which way I'm tied, feet, this, front, back, whatever. I can get myself out of it because I don't trust no one. It's lightly tagged in, tapped in, so you can just pop it right out like a button. You can get a whole shitload of them for cheap online. It's just basically a little round, coin with a standard handcuff key on it that fits, most sets. Because I don't trust anybody. And now if they're going to give the, people that don't have a citizenship badges like in Arizona because they can't get cops. If I get pulled over and then all of a sudden they're like, no, you're coming with, and I know there's I'm kicking, fighting, doing everything I can.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Not today, motherfucker. Not today. So one last thing I've got regarding the Earth and its core. We've been hearing a lot about the Earth and its core lately. Slowed down, possibly was going to start spinning another direction. I don't know if it has or not. But scientists detect signs of a hidden structure inside the Earth's core. So they've got this nifty little diagram, and we had always seen, everything but that little ball right there. They've always showed the three parts of, what was in the earth. Now we've got this extra little, like when you're cutting open a golf ball, While most of us take the ground beneath our feet for granted, written within its complex layers like the pages of a book is Earth's history, our history. Research shows there are little known chapters in that history deep within Earth's past. In fact, Earth's inner core appears to have another, even more inner core within it. Traditionally, we've been taught the Earth has four main layers: the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. The Australian dude says, our knowledge of what lies beneath Earth's crust has been inferred mostly from what volcanoes have divulged and what seismic waves have whispered. From these indirect observations, scientists, the experts, have calculated that the scorchingly hot inner core with temperatures surpassing 5,000 degrees Celsius, 9,000 Fahrenheit, makes up only 1% of Earth's total volume. But a few years ago, Stephenson and colleagues found evidence Earth's inner core may actually have two distinct layers. It's very exciting and might mean we have to rewrite the textbooks. No comment. The team used a search algorithm to trawl through and match thousands of models of the inner core with observed data across many decades about how long seismic waves take to travel through Earth, gathered by the International Seismic Center. So what's down there? The team looked at some models of the inner core's entropy, how differences in the makeup of its material alters the properties of seismic waves, found that some were more likely than others. While some models suggest the material of the inner core channels seismic waves faster, parallel to the equator, others indicate the mix of materials allows for faster waves more parallel to Earth's rotational axis. Even then, there are arguments about the exact degree of difference at certain angles. Blah, 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 blah. So they're going into all this. There's evidence indicate a change in the structure of iron, which suggests perhaps two separate cooling events in Earth's history. The details of this big event are still a bit of a mystery. These new findings may explain why some experimental evidence has been inconsistent. The presence of innermost layer has been suspected before, with hints of iron crystals that compose the inner core have different structural alignments. We're limited by the distribution of global earthquakes and receivers, especially at polar antipodes. But their conclusion aligned with other studies of the entropy, the innermost inner core. So further research may fill in some of the data. They're just discovering this, and so they're going to have to look into that, and down the line we'll probably get an update on their new findings.
What's really there? Yeah, I saw some comments around. I tried to dig to China when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, haven't we
And
all?
just digging through to the other side. Yeah, I was going to say, how many people have tried to, been a little kid? I'm going to dig to China. I'm going to dig to the other side.
Every time you go to the beach, anytime ever you see the dog, what happens if the dog digs to China? They're going to fall the way through. What's going to happen?
Every time I tried here in Florida, I always hit water, like after about 3 feet. And yeah, it's not getting hotter, it's getting colder.
Yeah, I can see that. Can definitely see that happening.
So my next one, it's not an article. It's Crystal of the Week.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd have it. Perfect timing.
Let's see if I can get it up here. I haven't watched it yet, so hopefully it came out okay. Haven't pre-watched it, I should say.
Oh, it came out perfect.
There we go. This week's Crystal of the Week is turquoise. I have several pieces of turquoise, including a crystal turquoise skull. I have a slab, a couple of smaller pieces, and some in jewelry that I've made as well. Turquoise is perhaps one of the older stones in man's history. The talisman of kings, shamans, warriors. It's a stone of protection, strong and opaque, yet soothing to the touch, healing to the eye, and if carved from an azure heaven and slipped to earth, its unique shade of blue, often blue-green, lends its name turquoise to all of this tranquil hue. The delicate veining and mottled webbing in a cream or brown is inherent to the stone and serves to enhance its character. The name turquoise is derived from French pierre turquoise, meaning Turkish stone. Like that accent? Because the trade routes that brought turquoise to Europe from the mines in Central Asia went through Turkey. And Venetian merchants also purchased the stone in Turkish bazaars. For thousands of years, turquoise has spanned all cultures, prized as a symbol of wisdom, nobility, and the power of immortality. Among ancient Egyptians, Persians, and Chinese, Aztecs, and Incas of South America, and native North Americans, turquoise was sacred in its adornment and power for luck and protection. Turquoise dates back to 5000 BC, has been found in Iraq. Egyptians were mining the stones on Sinai in 3200 BC. The death mask of King Tutankhamun, I'm butchering that name, was studded with turquoise, and were mosaic masks also dedicated to gods. The fabulous inlaid skulls shields the power statues of Moctezuma, the last ruler of the Aztecs. For nearly thousands of years, Native Americans have mined and fashioned turquoise, using it to guard their burial sites. The gem has been found from Argentina to Mexico. Indian priests wore it in ceremonies when calling upon the great spirit of the sky. Many honored turquoise as a universal stone, believing their minds would become one with the universe when wearing it. Because of its ability to change colors, it was used in prophecy or divining. To the prehistoric Indian, turquoise worn on the body or used in ceremonies always signified the god of the sky alive in the earth. Some uses and purposes of turquoise. It's been recognized as possessing the power to protect riders from injury due to falls. First used as amulets in Turkish soldiers on their persons and attached to their bridles and trappings. It later became used for protection against falls of any kind. Maybe I should wear turquoise more often. Turquoise is often reputed to be influenced by the physical condition of the person who wears it. It's thought to grow pale when its owner is sick or sad, lose all color when the person dies, and gradually recover its color when transformed to a new healthy owner. Its color dimming each day. Historically, turquoise is credited with the property of securing friendly regard, verifying and traditional saying that he or she who owns turquoise will never want for a friend. Some of its healing therapies and properties. Turquoise is a strengthening stone, good for exhaustion, depression, or panic attacks. It enhances physical and psychic immune systems, supporting the assimilation of nutrients, alleviating pollution and viral infections. It is anti-inflammatory and detoxifying, reducing the excess acidity and benefiting gout, rheumatism, and the stomach. Turquoise also assists in problems of the brain, eyes, ears, neck, and throat, especially cataracts, migraines and headaches, and problem with balance. Turquoise is also helpful to the respiratory system and aids in healing lung disorders and allergies. Wearing turquoise necklaces help prevent different throat and breathing bronchial attacks. By healing the breath, the stone may cure speech disorders such as stammering. Maybe I should be wearing some right now. It also has emotional healing. Turquoise is the most efficient healer, providing solace for the spirit and well-being for the body. It benefits the overall mood and emotion by balancing and inducing a sense of serenity and peace. Holding or wearing turquoise helps restore depleted vitality and lifts its sagging spirits. It relieves stress and brings focus back to the center heart. It's empathic and imbalancing, helping one to recognize the cause of happiness and unhappiness and to master them. A stone of purification, turquoise dispels negative energy and clears electromagnetic smog from the environment. It has balancing energies and other spiritual energies as well. It also has color energies. It's good to meditate with turquoise, do divination with turquoise. And turquoise in the angelic realm, if your birthday falls on any of the following periods, a turquoise of the color listed can be a valuable conduit to your guardian angel. March 21st through March 25th, you want light turquoise. July 12th through the 16th, you want regular turquoise. August 23rd through August 28th, regular turquoise. And February 20th to 24th, dark turquoise. So there's just a few things on turquoise this week's crystal of the month. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back again with another one. Is that music on the side? See, that's what happens when you don't preview, what you make, because now the music is just going to play for another 8 minutes.
So this is a piece of this is a necklace I have. It's like set in sterling silver, but turquoise is always, I've told you, a favorite of my dad's, and I've showed you a lot of like the inlay pieces he has. But I've got, lots of like the chunky, I've got tons of just different turquoise jewelry, but this is a pendant that
nice.
I really, really like.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good amount here. I've got some Sleeping Beauty turquoise. That's kind of my favorite. It's the bright blue.
Yeah.
Not, doesn't have as much inclusions and stuff in it. Some of it's like solid turquoise color. And if you got it, like who said it? They got some before the mine closed. Yeah, if got it when it was a good price then, because it's not really a good price anymore. Especially like Sleeping Beauty. I think the mine closed in 2012 or something. That was in 2012. I can't remember exactly. But there's no more coming out of the Sleeping Beauty mine, unfortunately. So what you got is what you got. What you can find is what you can find, and the price is steady going up on it. I got some that I'm going to use some more jewelry out of. I've already made a few pieces with what I have, but yeah, cool stuff. It's one of my favorite things as well.
Yeah, there's just something always special about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to wear turquoise a lot myself. I would wear more of it if I had more jewelry that, like, rings and stuff that would stay on me. I was downtown St. Augustine, and I found a place that I've
turquoise ring.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I found a place downtown. I was like, "Ooh, big chunky turquoise wrist like cuff bracelets and stuff." And I was like, "Oh man, I'd like to." Holy shit, that's like $800.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's expensive now. Yeah,
this one, like the inlays and the one has inlay and the one's like tall stars. It's like Oh, where's my hand? Old piece. I don't know why I don't wear these more. This is like just some of my rings.
You amaze me. We're talking about crystals, and then you started showing me all your crystals. I was like, holy crap.
That's just a piece.
Turquoise skull. Yeah.
I always get a cool like vibe, like a nice chill vibe when I'm wearing it. Like a laid back vibe. And it makes me think of my dad.
Yep.
So I really
Always.
think that has lots to do with it.
Yeah, I lucked out with the Sleeping Beauty. I got a pretty good, I don't have a ton of it, but I mean, I've got a pretty good amount of it. And I got a couple of bags of Sleeping Beauty. They're like chips, you know, they're not big chunks or anything. But then I've got a couple of fairly decent sized chunks. And then my buddy that I play disc golf with, him and his wife own the crystal shop here. So that's always nice. But yeah, went over to his house and he cut me a slab of turquoise, just I don't know, 4 inches or so.
Where's it at?
What's that?
You have it now?
I can grab it real quick. Hold on a second. It's kind of cool, for me, anyways.
So really pretty. Let's see if you see the fire. This is a boulder opal. I don't think you can see the fire around it though. I have like ring stashes, like I have ring stashes everywhere. These are like the most. I just have them organized different ways.
Oh shit!
Big ass citron.
Just had a bit of a malfunction in my office here.
Not a malfunction.
Yeah.
My Peridot. I just love to play with my rings. It's like my treasure box.
This is a little slab that my buddy cut for me. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Let me make the a little bigger.
How big was the piece you cut that from?
Oh, it was a chunk. You know, it was about the size of a grapefruit.
Let me see it again.
But what's cool about this piece?
You can make a little knife or something out of that. Like a blade.
What's really cool about this piece is,
oh, look at the drawings, the markings.
If you look right down the center, if it would not get blurry, it kind of looks like a snake to me.
It does. It really does.
Keep getting blurry, but come on, camera.
You'll have to take a picture after and then just post it.
Yeah. But yeah,
it does. That's pretty cool. That's a cool font.
Yeah, it doesn't want to focus. Damn. But yeah, we've got tons of pieces, you know, like that's Sleeping Beauty. You can see how bright blue it is.
Yeah, that's gorge.
Yeah, I got like cups of this chunks. I don't know why my camera's like blurry as hell. That's why I paid, $200 for a damn web camera, so it doesn't
Because
work.
it like bleaches like your shoulders out. It's like blurring this like portrait
Uh,
mode. Something to do with the
yeah,
portrait.
I know what the problem is now. Let me fix that. It's got this stupid virtual background. There we go. Now maybe it'll work
Your voice is
without getting.
doing the hello, how are you doing?
Anyways,
For real, that was a trip. Your mouth ain't synced up.
uh-oh. Check 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no. Can hear you though. You're just not synced up.
Huh.
Wait, now you are.
Well.
Now you are.
Yeah. Got a bunch of Sleeping Beauty. Got some other turquoise. You got to be careful buying it nowadays because a lot of times it's halite that's been dyed to look like turquoise.
And you can look at them cracks, those cracks on it. It's definitely halite, and you see like the really skinny looking yellow like cracks.
Yep.
Even like marcasite and shit. You take a fucking lighter, take it, and just it'll bubble and burn. People are using like different polymer clays and shit and trying to set it off as freaking rocks.
Yep. Exactly. Speaking of that, have you seen the videos? Somebody sent me one too about the chemtrail snow. When you start talking about lighters, yeah. So like I've seen several now, like 4 or 5, 6 of them videos. People going out, and making a snowball, scraping some snow off the window or picking it up off the ground, making a snowball, and taking a lighter and lighting it. And the snowball doesn't melt. What is it?
Send those to me, please.
Yeah.
Or at least send me one so I can look it up.
Yep. Yeah, pretty weird. Pretty.
Because they're wanting to like they're wanting to make our sun not so bright. And so I have a whole concoction of stuff that they're talking about, shooting up there might not be safe, might be safe, might not, but trying to reflect the sun, kind of like we do the spells, to reflect it back to them. Or reflect the sunlight back at it. They need to stop playing. Who's having a yard sale? Linda?
Doesn't melt in the rain either. Yeah. Weird.
That I haven't heard that. I need to see that. Because you know how I am about that shit.
Yep.
You know how I am about all that shit.
Yep.
My spidey senses are like,
Yep. Yeah, I need to have a yard sale, a garage sale. That's, all the shit that I got out of that storage unit. I got it out for the garbage man tomorrow. And, yeah. My neighbor came over. You shouldn't throw that away. You could sell that. You could get $10 for that. You get $10 for this. You get 15 for those. You should have a garage sale. I'm like, I just want the shit gone. It's been haunting me forever. I just want it gone. If you want to take it and sell it, go for it. I'm giving it to you. Free present.
That's beautiful, Debbie. I just saw the picture. She sent us pictures of her Phoenix stone sphere. Very beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, what, kind of looks like turquoise, but it's not. Was the first one that I had was my Caribbean calcite skull. It's the color of turquoise. It's the color of Caribbean, but it's neither. Yeah, I'm a repurposer. I've been doing some repurposing stuff too, but right now I'm overwhelmed with stuff. I need room, so I'm getting rid of stuff. Uh, cool. We'll, probably see y'all on. I wasn't on the last Paranormal Soup because I was playing music,
I might not be on next.
pretending to be a rock and roll singer. But yeah, I might be around this weekend. I don't think I have a gig. I might, but I don't think I do. But who knows?
See, we keep on missing weeks, man.
I know. I know every week, every Sunday in March, I'm going to be down in Flagler playing music. So I'm probably not going to be around as much on Sunday night
Let me see
in
who's the guest.
the month of March.
Let's see what kind of situation it's gonna be.
Yeah, I need a storage room. I need a storage shed. One that I don't just pay somebody for that's has rats that chew on my stuff.
Looks like Les Durant is the guest next week. And what to expect. He's a UFO and ghost hunter who currently lives. So we're going to hear a lot about Terry Lovelace's story. And hopefully maybe some of this guy's.
Yeah. Cool.
So I may be on this one or may not. I'm hoping to be able to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting according to the bio.
Yeah. Well, groovy. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us once again on Weird Wednesday. And hopefully y'all have a great rest of the week. And we might see you on Sunday for Paranormal Soup. Other than that, sayonara, amigos. Bye-bye.